Welcome to Full the Best Sports. We are outside Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea have just beaten Leeds 1-0, and I'm here with 3 Chelsea fans.
Yusuf.
What do you think of the game today? What do you think of Potter's tactics?
I think it was appalling, to be honest. I think our judgment's clouded because it's our first win in a while, but the way we got the win was honestly shameless for Chelsea. For a club of our magnitude to be trying to hold out the win for more than half an hour against a mediocre Leeds side is terrible. At some point we had 5 defenders on, 4 midfielders with no wingers, and Kai Havertz up top alone. Now, I'm not happy with seeing that, quite honestly. I think it's a small club mentality.
And we have so many players off the bench that could have been used, like Mudryk and even Madueke. He looked bright, but you had to bring him on earlier and push for the second and third goal.
I agree with what you said. You're playing against a relegation side Leeds at home. You're Chelsea, and you're trying to sit back with 4 midfielders. You have Enzo, Kovacic, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek all at the same time. With 5 at the back as well, not even 4 at the back. You have 5 at the back.
Only 1 goal from a corner. What do you think the issue is? Is the main midfielders not creating enough for the attackers, or the attackers not clinical enough?
I think we look lackluster on the right side. I think at times Loftus-Cheek would beat his man, but he wasn't getting a lot of the ball, and when he does get it, he wasn't really creating much. Chilwell was a threat on the left, but after half an hour of the game, he started playing the same repetitive cross, and Meslier would just come out to collect. I don't think we have the aerial threat to be playing crosses in the box like that. In terms of attackingly, we need to start with an out-and-out striker. I don't think Havertz can do the job up top alone. He's better as a 10, and the same thing with Felix. We've got too many players of the same profile. If you look at Felix, you look at Mount, you look at Havertz, they're all number 10s who need a striker to play off of.
So would you say it was a bad idea to loan out Lukaku then, especially that you didn't replace him?
No.
I don't think it's because a bad idea. No. I think loaning him was the best decision possible, because he didn't want to be here. So what's the point in having him just take wages for no reason?
Yeah, it caused a rift in the dressing room, but I don't think he was adequately replaced. I think the Aubameyang signing was
just a panic buy.
Yeah, I would have much preferred having someone like Tony. I think he would have brought our attack together with his hold-up play. But it's unfortunate how our transfer windows went, despite all the money we've spent. We didn't really fix the issues that we had in the squad, and I think we spent too much too quickly, honestly. We were impatient.
Thomas Tuchel was sacked early. Do you think it was a good idea to replace him with Potter, or was the sacking too premature?
Too premature.
Yeah, way too premature.
Yeah, he had a good season last season. Say he went semi-final Champions League. He went to the final Champions League. It was good. And then you sack him and you get Potter, but then you're using the players that Tuchel signed. And then you sign players with Potter, and then he doesn't even use them.
And you're sacking him in the first week of the Premier League
season as well.
I honestly think the whole club's in disarray. I think the transfer window wasn't directed by Potter, so it goes against bringing in a manager to try out his philosophies and not giving him the players he needs. I think in general the transfer window was too rushed. We signed too many players without the exodus of the squad, so now we've got positions where we have an excess of players and other positions where we're lacking big time.
It feels like Ted Bowley's playing with monopoly money. Would you suggest that he perhaps gets people on board who can help run the club, and maybe get people like working behind the scenes to help with the transfers, instead of just him throwing it left and right?
You're starting to see like them trying to add structure, like Christopher Bivell and like a lot of transfer gurus to come help. But it also seems like it's erratic as well. Like some of these signings just seem like he wanted, rather than getting what's like the best option for the team. Like for example, like if we spent almost £90 million on Mykhailo Mudryk, why the hell is he sitting on the bench? And if he's a Potter signing, it just raised question marks over, did Potter really want him? Did they console Potter, or did they just go out and sign him because Arsenal wanted him? Yeah. It didn't really seem like a smart transfer strategy, to be honest.
Would you take back Jose Mourinho?
I'd love him, honestly. I've said this before. Even though I don't think that he's going to be the right manager for us long term, I think he's the kind of manager that would come in, do a job until the end of the season, and he'd weed out all the problems in the club. We've known him at every club he's been at. He's an outspoken manager, and he'll call out any rubbish from top to bottom. And I think that's what we need at the moment. With the whole restructuring of the club, we need to figure out what's actually going on internally, and I think Mourinho's the man to do it.
And as well, it's the same. It's not even just about like from the top of the club. It's just about the players as well. You see Kai Havertz, it doesn't look like he cares.
Yeah, he just lazy.
To be fair, he's been playing out of position.
Yeah, but he loses the ball once, twice, 3 times, and then all he does is like he just puts his hands
he's got
up.
that like lazy swagger about him.
There's a lot of players that just.
So would you say there's like a mentality issue
Yeah,
in
they
the
don't
team
have that mentality.
and mentality issue in the board as
I
well?
think it
Yeah,
starts
it's
first
both.
from the coach, to be honest.
I was about to say the same thing.
Potter, he doesn't seem like a winner. He just seems like he's here to get a paycheck. Maybe like.
I think that's a bit harsh. Generally, if you look at his interviews, he's always talking about how the team played well and the results will come and everything like that. But that's not how it runs at Chelsea.
No sign of improvement as well. Like.
So would you say like the players are perhaps too big for someone of quite a stature?
I think like with a better manager, he could do so much with this. This team has so much talent, and to be wasted on a manager like Potter, it's just shameless.
I just
Very
don't think
stupid.
he's got the elite mentality and the real desire to demand wins every single game like other managers would. For example, arguably, we have an equal level squad to Man United, but ever since Ten Hag's come in, he's transformed the entire side. People were calling Rashford finished last year, and look at him this year, the resurgence. Guys like Fred were performing decently now. Like he was a joke last year, but now he's starting to become a more solid player in the club. I think we need someone like him.
When you have an elite manager like Tuchel, like Pep, like Klopp, like Ten Hag, all of these managers, even with bad players, they make them look good. Even like last year, you saw Loftus-Cheek. He's not the best player, let's be honest. Like he's a squad player at best, and Tuchel made him look really good. And yeah,
So do you think if Chelsea had Everton, how Chelsea would be where Man United are right now?
I don't know. I don't think
That's
exactly.
difficult to say, but we'd be in a much better position than we are right now. That's what I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 10th, but you wouldn't be 3rd as well. You would be top 4.
And it would be
We'd around
encouraging.
like top 6.
So predictions for this season?
10th.
It's not looking good, man. I think it's going to be a frustrating season.
Maybe 11th,
Like
12th. Because Aston Villa won today as well, so it's same.
That's ridiculous.
They're like
I reckon
11th, 12th.
7th, 8th.
And if Potter does get sacked and get a new manager next season, what should be the target?
Top 6.
I think top 6 minimum, but I think we should be pushing to top 4. I think we need like a few more players in the squad, like with the correct manager. Has to flourish and has to minimum achieve top 4.
In my opinion, top 4 is a reach because you have next season we know Arsenal are going to be there still, City are still going to be there, United look incredible. They still have.
Hopefully they're sanctioned
They're
and
still going to
move
be
to the
there as well.
Championship.
So you have one spot between
It's our only hope.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle. If they sign good players in the summer. So you have one spot for top 4. I don't think it's going to happen. I think top 6 should.
I think if we get like a manager who can do the job with these players, like a correct manager, like a well thought through manager, I think we definitely can push in for a top 4. I think so.
Tuesday, Chelsea versus Dortmund.
Oh, don't talk to me about that,
Chelsea
man.
going
I'm back here on Tuesday.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Honestly,
Maybe on
I
the
can't
day.
see it happening, but on a European night,
You never
we can
know.
only
If it
dream.
was the same football, same creativity as today,
I don't
there's
see
nothing. Because then all they do is just go to the wings, chill with Loftus-Cheek, cross it to Havertz. That can't
Even-
jump, man.
Even I think even if we don't have Reece James as well, I can't see us winning.
To be fair though, our squad is more suited to Champions League nights. We play much better in Champions League nights. For example, Koulibaly, This season in the Champions League he's been very, very good, whereas the beginning of the season in the Prem, because of the pace probably, he hasn't been as good. And if we look at the Dortmund game in Germany, the first leg, I thought we played much better than them, but we couldn't find the finish, which is going to be our issue again this week, so we can only hope that we can manage to convert.
And last but not least, any final thoughts you want to say about the club, about the season, ambitions for next season, transfer dealings?
Honestly, I think it's just a matter of patience with the squad. I don't think anything's going to change within the next month, 3 months. I think this season's going to be, just one of the disappointing seasons, and we'll see where we go from there next year. But I am Potter out.
There you have it.
I wish you all the best, Potter, but you're not the man for this job.
1-0 win, but the performance wasn't great. Champions League could potentially maybe happen. We are better suited to that, but it's a hard deficit to overcome. This has been For The Badge. Comment and like. Cheers.